So, now I'd like to talk about the character themselves, how to build your character. So now we're going to talk about building your character different ways and how that even works, right? So let's start with some of the fun stuff. When you start the game, your gear is crap. So I almost don't really think much about gear. Everyone goes to the skill tree. The skill tree is exactly what you think it is. It is an area that you can mess with what your guy does. You want to be a fire guy, click the fire skill. You want to be a cold guy, click the cold skill. You want to be a lightning guy, click the lightning skill. Really, really straightforward. And you can work your way down. Fire skills, cold skills, lightning skills. This isn't for every class. This is the sorcerer class that I'm on right now. So the idea is if you want to go down a hardcore fire fantasy, just keep clicking those fire skills. You'll stack up a bunch of them. There are a ton. You can edit them. You can do hybrid stuff too. It doesn't have to be all one. You can do fire and ice. You can do lightning and fire. It's not like you have to stick. If your power fantasy is fire, sure you can do fire skills, but maybe there's a lightning skill, for example, a teleport. Super, super useful. Just because you're crazy fire mode doesn't mean you can't grab a different element. Something else I want to highlight is passive skills. Passive skills are something that you add to and they're just kind of going. They just happen now that you've added to them. They're not like, I'm adding to the skill and now I cast it. Nope, it's more like I've added to the skill and now it is a part of my build. It is just inherently there, you're using it whether you mean to or not. But something to be very mindful of, because they're not all of them are just, oh, you have more armor, you have more health. Some of them are kind of complicated or kind of layered. And if you spend a certain amount of mana, you gain more damage, or if you use a certain type of skill, that's when you get the defense, that kind of thing. So it's something to keep in mind. As you work your way down, again, there are a bunch of these skills. Some of them get kind of crazy. There are like ultimate skills, and then there are mega passives. They're called key passives, going back to the passives that we were talking about, where if you add to something, it's kind of just happening now. So that's just a quick rundown of skills. I'm not going to deep dive into it. That way we can keep these videos short and sweet and simple and fun. So the next thing I want to talk about is gear. So if your gear is crap, there's not really much you can do, right? There are ways to get gear by buying it through the vendor, right? You can get it through vendors in town. Let's just leave it at that. Long story short, you can get it in vendors in town. But really the fun part is going out into the world, fighting some baddies, and getting your gear. That's the fun part of this game, right? So what happens when you find that gear? You wear it, you kick ass, you go out, kick some more ass, get some more gear. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. You can upgrade your guy like that. As the more you kill, the more levels you gain. As you level up, you get more skills, you gain access to more gear. The gear has all kinds of tiers to it, not just small, medium, large, but there's small, medium, large in different categories, okay? So there are white items. White items are arguably the worst. But you can get blue items. Blue items are a little bit better. And then yellow items are even better than that. And then legendary items are even better than that. So there are ways to upgrade your gear, and just through finding new gear. And you can see the stats, this one only has 6 armor on it. This has lucky chance. But as the gear tiers grow, you'll see it has way more stats. all kinds of funky stats too. And then you can start editing your gear even further, and that's where certain vendors come in, and you can add other stats to your gear. Again, I'm not going to go too crazy into it, but you can add all kinds of funky gear, or funky stats to your gear, just raw damage, things like that. Makes you really, really strong really early, very, very useful, and there are even more ways to do that. It's not just through that one vendor. You can do stuff here, and you can add stuff to your gear, all kinds of stuff you can add. It's pretty wild. It's really, really, really cool. So that's kind of the focus that I'm trying to pull here, where I'm not going to go deep dive into each thing that you can add, and how you add it and what you do, but the idea is that if you're playing the game, you start to find some more gear, you start to level up, you have these cool skills, and you just kind of hit that point where it's like, I want to do more with my guy, but I don't have the extra skill points. I haven't found a good piece of gear in a while. Then don't be shy to take a piece of gear that you have that you really, really like and tinker with it a little bit. You can temper your gear. You can master work your gear, and it's really, really cool. I mean, you can get pretty powerful pretty fast. Highly suggested when you hit that wall, but there's more to do. Don't be shy. It doesn't always have to be just go out and kill more, go out and kill more. Sometimes you kill for a really long time, right? A lot of people make the joke the town is lava, but sometimes you come to town and that's where you really pull your character together. So yes, going out and farming is absolutely the best way to do anything, except for when you come back to town, the only way that you can tinker with your gear and really manipulate your stats a little further. So that's something I just wanted to pull a little focus on.